Hey everyone, welcome to Zoetic Chat, Unleash Your Life's Journey with me, John Mayfield. This ultimate podcast for spiritual guidance will answer all your life, soul and spiritual questions. I'm thrilled to have you join me every week. My vast knowledge, wisdom and experience are crucial to your personal and spiritual growth. Together we will explore a variety of topics and delve deeply into the truths of my life and spiritual path. Don't forget to sign up to my newsletter at johnmayfield.com. Munai, who is a shaman, and he's going to share some of his experiences with us, but also what shamanism means to him. Now, I'll just share an experience that I had on my spiritual journey, and I do resonate with a lot of the shamanic ways. But I saw an advert, and I'm probably going back about 15 years at least, where a lady and gentleman were inviting people to go and stay with them for the weekend and have the most amazing shamanic experience. Well, it turned out that there was only me that took this offer up, and I went and stayed with them for a whole weekend, and I had the most enlightening, eye-opening, healing experience that I've ever had. I think the drumming, the use of feathers, the use of fire, and even the food that she made for me, it just all tasted amazing. It was the basic, simplest food that you could ever have, but it's like all my taste buds had come alive, and it's like every little hair follicle had come alive as well on my body, and that I could sense things so much more than ever before. And it's definitely an experience that I will never forget. But let's hear what Munai has to say. Over to you.
Hi, Jen. So nice to have me here, and have you here too. Yeah, I'd like to start by explaining to everybody how it's important to learn about every culture, really. If we think of a tree, we can think that one culture is one branch of this tree. So when this branch understands that there's other branches, and then all these branches together make the tree, you start becoming this tree. You start becoming back to the all, back to the everything, to the beginning and to the end. So it is important in this way, and very healing also. This empathy and understanding for other cultures, because they also show you about yourself a lot. And it gets to heal parts that maybe you couldn't see. And it's like scratching this part, or giving us a massage on the back, because we cannot really do it so well. But then when we see this other perspective that can see behind us, then it helps us a lot. Yeah, I want to start by saying that and explaining a little bit was to be a shaman. So to be a shaman is really understanding that you're the sum or the product of all the cultures. At least this is how I see it. Through the experiences the life has led me through. Because and this is a very important part I also want to discuss, because often we have lines in our head, and then it is better for us to just let them dissolve or sometimes break them, because if not, we're stuck in place. So that's what literally movement is you see these lines, and because they move, they don't stay in the same place. They dissolve and they become new ones. And so there's these new ones that we see, we call movement or time. So if we want to have change, also called evolution, we need to let these lines dissolve. I see it's a big problem in society nowadays that we put such a strict lines that we don't see farther than that. Um, so yeah, I wanted to bring into all of us this wisdom. And it's especially important to understand what I'm going to talk about in these episodes. Mm, so yeah, that's what a shaman. A shaman is someone that understands this connection with everything. We say spirits. We say spirits because for the branch, the tree is the spirit. And then once you see the tree, you can see that all the trees together make another big spirit. So this is this understanding that we're only seeing one part of the whole thing, and this whole thing we call spirit. So I want to let everyone know that we are seeing spirits, and we are communicating with them when we, for example, we hear about water, and then we hear that there's a connection to our emotions. If it came to us because the spirit of water wants to let us know this information, and it wants to help us this way with this understanding. So we are seeing spirit. It's just if we're how conscious we are of it. Mm-hmm. Um, so yeah, a shaman does talk to the spirits. They can see the bigger picture through experiences in life, through mistakes and funny moments. Um, because that's what mistakes are. These funny moments, really. Mm, Now I'd like to move to the specific type of uh, lineage I'm most resonant with right now. Because, like I said before, right now I'm only one branch of the whole tree that I am. So right now I'm understanding this branch first, and I'm looking at the other branches so I can become the full tree. And then I think all of us are doing the same, maybe at different speeds and in different ways, but all the ways lead to the same way. All of them lead to the same city. Um, and Yeah, so I come from Peru. This is where I was born. Uh, it's a very nice country. I like it a lot. Like any country has its bad things and its good things, but I like to see everything with a bit of light and a bit of darkness when I need to. Um, because this is what a shaman does, and not only a shaman. Is a complete person. They can see the darkness and the light as the same, things that are working together. And I'm going to explain more of this in the next video. But in this one, I'm going to talk about the three spirits that create reality. These are three big spirits. Um, we have the Ukupacha, the Kaipacha, and the Hananpacha. I know these words may sound strange to you at first, but allow me to explain. Now, when we think about the Ukupacha, we can see it as a snake. We can see it as the past. We can see it as our genetic material. Mm-hmm. This is wisdom from our ancestors. And then again, I'm putting some lines because I'm speaking with words, and so you may understand that the Ukupacha is only the snake. But then we need to let these lines dissolve. And then we can see that really the Ukupacha is also the other spirits. It's just we make these separations for our minds, for our spirits, to understand this wisdom, understand how reality works. That's why we make lines. It's not to say that lines are bad. It's to say that they're good, but it's also good to let them dissolve. And if we have a problem with letting them dissolve, then we know how to solve our problems. So the Ukupacha is the snake. As I said, we can think about the symbolisms of the snake. The snake is transformation. The snake is always on the ground. The whole body is on the ground. And then we can think of Mother Earth and all of our ancestors that have led us up to here. And then we have the Kaipacha. The Kaipacha, we can think about a puma.
To that one, sorry to interrupt you, but you sent me some photographs of the different pachas. You sent me Ukupacha, which is, I just want to try and explain it to the listeners. It's a piece of fabric.
No, this is for the next episode. For the next episode.
Oh, sorry, I'm jumping ahead here, guys.
Nice. Okay, this.
I've got quite with myself.
Yeah, we're going to discuss the Misa Andina. This is a portal, which is basically an altar.
Oh, I've got you. No worries. Sorry.
But yeah, you're absolutely right. There is many. We call them parallels. Because they go hand in hand. How we go? So yeah, we have the Kaipacha. The Kaipacha, it's we can think about a puma. This is a snake that chose to rise through its legs. And now it's a little bit more above. We can think about the present moment, the right now, the movement of everything that's happening. We can think about emotions. We can think about water, and then for the Ukupacha, we can think about earth. And then then again, there's more lines, and we just need to let them dissolve to understand the full picture. Then we have the Hananpacha. The Hananpacha, we can think about a condor. A condor is a bird from Peru. From the Andes, more specifically. There's a couple more countries that have condors flying around. And then again, we see this. This is a puma that has chosen to rise even more. It's a snake that has this rising even more. And now it's in the skies. We can think about the future. We can think about our thoughts. We can think about the air to help us understand what these words are trying to tell us. And I want to explain how all of them are working together. When in the Andes, and this happens all over the world in many different ways. But the example I'm going to use is from the Andes. When the condor is flying, and it normally goes, it kind of follows the puma. It's following the puma, and then when the condor sees a snake or another animal that the puma can hunt, it leads him. It takes the puma that way. You see, our thoughts about the future takes our present that way. So we can realize it, actualize it. And so then the puma is led to the snake. And then this wisdom goes even farther because the snake chose to be found. And I think it's a very important message. Animals choose to be hunted. Maybe not so consciously, maybe more through their inner wisdom. They understand that life is cycles and life never ends. It only transforms. So the snake this time decided not to only shed its skin, it decided to shed its whole body and become a puma. Because when we eat stuff, it becomes part of ourselves. It becomes our Ukupacha. It becomes our information. It becomes one of our ancestors. So then this snake decided to be a puma, and it sent the signals to the condor to find it and tell the puma where it is. And then the puma goes and eats the snake, or this animal. I know it may be sad sometimes, and this parallels to how we feel about when we have a problem. Because we don't feel it's because problems we put them in our lives to guide us. But when we don't understand that this problem that we have is because we put it there, then we suffer. Like the snake, it can suffer. But if the snake realizes that this time, through its inner wisdom, decided to be a puma, then we wouldn't have to suffer so much with our problems. We will see them that we put them ourselves to again transform like the snake. It's a beautiful story. And then the puma, when the puma is the snake or the animal, it leaves a little bit behind. So the condor can go down and eat. So it's all about big working together. But it may be difficult to see if we're missing pieces in our puzzle. And that's why shamans are helpful, because they bring us these pieces that we may be missing. We may not understand why there's so much violence, why there's so much injustice. But and I'm going to give an example of my personal life. I used to be in the U.S. And I had a scholarship for psychology. But then just I was illegal, so they took it away from me, my whole scholarship, and they made me pay it to finish my studies, which was a lot of money because it's psychology. And it's the way we made. We've made universities nowadays. But I am glad we have scholarships. And I could have seen this as the universe trying to tell me that my dreams cannot be accomplished. But then I decided to see that I put this problem in my life. So I know we say a lot, one door closes so another one can open. And it means exactly that. You close the door so you can open the other door. And so with that, I stopped going. And I decided to go back to this wisdom from the Andes, and that's why I'm a shaman right now. Along many other problems I have. I have a problem in my back. It will not go away, this pain. I went to the doctor many times, but the doctor had no solution. The solutions he gave me they never really worked. And I went multiple times. I spent a lot of money. But then I went to this holistic therapist. Her name is Alexandra. I think I always remember her. And she introduced me to this magical world where there's not these lines uh, of science. There's more different sciences, holistic sciences, as I like to call them. And that big problem, this problem that wouldn't go away from my life, show me a better way for me. Mm-hmm. What do you think about the story, Jen?
I think I nearly cried when he was talking about the snake and the condor and the puma. I felt very emotional when he was talking about that. And I had to really focus and think of the bigger picture there. I don't know why I felt emotional, but I just did. Maybe I connected to something that I needed to let go of or that I needed to transform with. Uh, and I think a lot of the things that you've spoken about really resonate with me, and I'm sure they will with a lot of the audience, especially the tree and the branches. And we always, the way that I work, I always talk about the roots. Your roots equal the branches, so it keeps you balanced. So we kind of work in the same way but different. I like the way your face lights up when you're talking about your journey and the way that you're talking about all the different elements because your light just shines so brightly. And I'm sure that you're going to help so many people on your path with this, with your beliefs, with your wisdom. And it's almost like I can feel more wisdoms being given to you, as you move forward on your journey. I did make some notes. Let me just have a little look as to what else. Yeah, the water and emotions. I wrote that down. That really resonated with me as well. And seeing the bigger picture. I think so many times people don't see the bigger picture in life. They can just see, we would say, what's right in front of their nose. They can just see here. They can't see the bigger picture. And if you just stop and think, what is the bigger picture? What is happening? And also, I did smile when you said about mistakes. Your mistakes are funny, did you say, or something like that?
Yeah, mistakes end up being funny.
Yeah, so think of sometimes your mistakes as being funny, as a learning, as a taking yourself to where you need to go. Seeing the funny side of things will help you evolve as well. Yeah, it was really interesting. And the way that you see the lightness and the darkness, because a lot of people shy away from darkness when really you need to see both, but you need to see
Yeah,
dark in the right light.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
So, and I also wrote down complete person, which I like the thought of that. And I 100% believe when you get on your holistic path and you find that holistic healer or that holistic talking therapist or, someone holistic that changes your life or helps you to see your life changes or gives you that key to the next part of your life, you never forget that person. And you can have hundreds of those in your lifetime, but you never forget them because they helped you to change. They gave you what you needed at that time. So yeah, and your scholarship sounded amazing as well. Did you get that from Peru?
The one, I'm sorry? What did I get from Peru?
Your scholarship.
No, I did my high school in Miami,
Oh,
and
I forgot you there as well. Yeah,
yeah, I got very good grades.
fabulous. And tell people where you live now.
I'm in Poland, but we're going to move soon. We want to do the Camino de Santiago here in Spain.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can see you there. I can see you in Spain. I think that would be good for you. Absolutely amazing. I love that. I really did. I resonated with a lot of that. So thank you very much.
yeah. And a few things I want to finish with
Okay.
um And this comes from personal experience. Sometimes I don't do stuff. I want to do this stuff, and I see my thoughts. And then I think about like this thinking about the future and this thinking about the past. Our connection to the Ukupacha and the Hananpacha. Sometimes it stops me from being a puma and just doing it. So it's about learning to work with all of them, and I think this resonates a lot with a lot of us. Maybe not asking this girl to go out with us, or not speaking our truths because we're worried about what will happen. We're worried about what happened last time we did it. And we don't do it. We don't become pumas. So actually, I'm a pampa misajak. Is the name of the level of shaman I am. We have different levels, and right now, what I'm learning is about this one, the Kaipacha. And then we go to Atomisajak, which Alto means high or elevated. So you are able to see more the Hananpacha. Oh yeah, I also want to explain that the Hananpacha, our past is the same as our future. I'm going to use English words because I know it's easier to follow. So our past is a reflection of our future through the present. And the future is the reflection of our past through the present again. So we right now we are the mirror. If right now I feel like I cannot do something, or I cannot change something from my past, then my future is gonna look like that. I cannot change it. Cause I look at my past. My past is I cannot do it. Right now I'm saying I cannot do it. So the future, when it expands out of me, is I cannot do it. In a sense, for the future, if this is with regrets that we have. If I think that my future is not bright, that this choice that I made before is bringing me down, then I see the past as bringing me down. Because through this present, I'm manifesting this future that is bad, and through the present, I can manifest that the future is good and the past is good. This is a very important part. Again, we're talking about dualism here. They're both working together, and we're going to talk more about this in the next episode. How the light and the dark is what make time. Without them, we have no time.
Oh, wow, Munai. I've really enjoyed that. Enjoyed our session together. So thank you very much for being here today. And I can't wait to hear what you have to share with us on the next episode of Zoetic Chat. Hey, thank you for tuning in today. Your support is much appreciated. Please consider leaving a review, sharing on social media, and telling your friends about my podcast. You can also join my newsletter at johnmayfield.com. Remember, take what resonates from Zoetic Chat and enrich your life with wisdom in all areas. And stay tuned for the next episode.